Hi everyone, welcome back to this week weekly market update. So, as usual, if you have not followed me yet or have not liked my Facebook page yet, please remember to follow it. And for those who have followed, right, congrats to you if you have taken the actions on the couple of counter which I shared last week, especially for like Tesla, like Patinians, Palantians, and Kango. So all these three counter which I shared last week, right, actually spiked 20+% based on last Friday closing. If you have managed to enter, congrats. If you didn't, don't be sad. I mean, I will continue to provide this kind of weekly market update, hopefully to help people out there. If you have benefited, please remember to share to your friend as well. So let's go into what happened on last week. Um, as we can see that last Friday, Dow doing another great, another record closing, 290 points, and also it also caused not just the Dow itself. Beside that, the 10 years U rate also surged again to the record high. Uh, I mean, to around 1.6 around that corner. We'll look into the chart later. But what causes is because we mainly due to President Joe Biden last Thursday actually he signed to approve the 1.9 trillion of the COVID relief package, which sent direct payment of 1,004 to most American out there. So this signal a huge sum of relief pump into the economy. But like I said, it's a double-edged sword, which I keep mentioning on my last week video or last week video, because when you put more money into the market, firstly, it actually boosts the economy, yes, but you also increase the inflation rate. And what will happen next after the high inflation rate will be the interest rate spike, and interest rate spike will cause lesser profit to those kind of high growth tech sector. So that's why you see that right now we are actually looking some conversion right here, whereby Dow is going higher and Nasdaq is coming lower. So uh, people out there, the Wall Street people out there, will be saying that it's actually a rotations, cyclical playing. So if you are holding on tech sector, you may be more sweating at this point of time, right? But ultimately, it's how you manage your risk appetite. So this is what happened. So today I won't be sharing much on the news itself. I will go directly into the chart. Then we will see more on the chart. And then what is the concern of the market? Like I said, it's always will there be any really, what will happen to the bond, the 10-year Treasury use? Where is the next target we are looking at? And also review some of the trade that I have shared last week, and then see is there any opportunity for the upcoming week and things to monitor as well. So let's go into the chart. For the chart itself, so this is the Dow Jones chart. Dow Jones chart, as you can see, I written here, right, last week, 7 March. For the better confirmation on more upside, right, we need DJI to break and close above 31,700. So on the Monday itself, which on this 8th of March, Monday, right, it closed and then it break above, and then it close above 80. Okay, not? So on the 8th of March, it close above, is sign is a better confirmation. So if let's say you long after it close the next day, you still at least got 3 green solid candle profit here. So where are we looking at the next target? I mean, I don't have any crystal ball, but what I'm looking at is first, I'm looking at a round figure of 33,000. All right, I'm looking at the first figure of 33,000. And then if it's successfully close above, I'm using Fibonacci extension. I'm looking at 1.61% at 33,500. So this is what I'm looking at for DJI. Of course, you don't short it. I mean, definitely if let's say if you want to long, not at this point, because you might want to grab it when it bounce back a little bit. When it bounce back a little bit, correct not? When it bounce back a little bit, then you go in. But if let's say it spike even higher due to the market optimism of the recovery of the economy, then it's okay. It's okay to miss the boat that you are taking the high risk, right? What happens if you never go even higher? Then that is the risk you are facing. All right. So uh this is my view for DJI. It will go higher. And then next I'm looking at into let me take a look. Next I will be going into Nasdaq. Nasdaq. All right, last week mentioned Nasdaq is quite tricky because on Monday itself, if you sit tight, right, then you shouldn't face any problem at that point of time. So what happened on Nasdaq? This is on the Monday opening. When Monday opening, it actually come down. correct or not? But it didn't close below the Friday close low. It didn't close below. Therefore, if you hold on, you put it somewhere below here, right? You should not get stop out, and then you are riding right now on top. Okay, so what is the view for Nasdaq? To my personal view, I feel that for Nasdaq itself, right, it's right now it's stuck between the moving average. Okay, so usually when we say that anything above the three moving average is a good solid upward trend, correct or not? It's a solid good upward trend. All right, if you maintain everything above the three moving average. Right now we are actually in the conjunction between two two different decisions. One is being supported by this 100 moving average which I mentioned, it closed above, but it's still below the shorter time frame of 20 at the 40-day moving average. So we are right now in between. To have more confirmation, right, I think this will form a triangle. So let me remove everything. This will form a triangle at this point of time. Okay, so it might be dilly dally, then wait for one side to break. All right, so this is what my view. Where you go even higher, I think if you want to go bullish, go for the Dow Jones Index there better. All right, not too short as well, because ultimately, uh, technology sector is still important. It's still being supported by the 100 moving average. So do not short on the Nasdaq at this point of time. Okay, so next, yes, do some review of what happened on the three counter which I shared. Tesla, yes, there we go. For Tesla, right? You can read back all the chart in my Facebook page. I've shared over there. So what happened to Tesla? I said that this is the area that you should enter. Correct? This is the area that you should be monitoring and entered. If you bought below 619, you are better than Art Investment Fund House. All right. People who are not sure what is Art Invest Fund House, you can Google. It's the biggest funds. Their ETF actually have the most, I mean, the best growing funds in year 2020 because most of their portfolio contain Tesla. All right, but this drop past few weeks actually uh make their portfolio damage, been hurt. But right now Tesla is back again. But anyway, nevertheless, what I'm trying to say is that you have a big cushion in front of you. So if you buy below 619 at the point of time, any price like below 600, you are so called you got a big cushion for you helping you to tank the market damage, all right, tank the market movement. So if you manage to enter, congrats to you. From here you enter to here, you gain around 20+%. So this is more on short-term trading. If you manage to enter, congrats. If you didn't, then um it's okay, it's okay to miss the boat, right? So remember to follow me then. All right, next, I mentioned PRTR, Valentian. I mentioned again, I say waiting for the cushion, right? So the cushion they bought at 62.7. um if you enter below that, then it's congrats to you. I mean, they bought at 23.59. If you enter below that, that is good. You can see there's some trick call here because I provided in my private Telegram group. If you join, congrats. I mentioned to long at, I think what price did I long? Let's see. Yeah, entry price at 23. TP 28. Price stop loss 19. So I think it have not hit 28 yet, but it's about there. So hold on. I will still hold on to my TP level. This is my first TP, eyeing on 28, the next TP. All right. So people who have managed to long this, even though it didn't hit my first TP, ultimately there's still 20% percentage growth as well. All right. Since just last week, just 1 week ago. All right. Congrats if you managed to enter. Congrats if you believe that you are always better than the fund houses. All right. Next, I mentioned on the next one, it's not under the fund house, but it's just personal view. I like this company because of their FA is doing good. They also just announced their earnings as well, another 11%. Their previous one is even better, it's 2,000%. After this kind of good FA, there's a long returns, long pullback, recover back. I managed to long it as well. So provided in my private Telegram group, I didn't share my private Telegram group photo this time around. But whether you believe or not is up to you. It hit my first TP. All right, it hit my first TP. First TP $9.80. I'm riding into second TP, but ultimately on the day after earnings report, right, it seems like there's some pullback. But the good thing, the good sign for people who are still holding it, the good sign is it did not encalf. All right, it did not encalf the spike. So I'm still looking at the positive side. I'm waiting for it to come again. So people who didn't manage to enter, did not join my private Telegram group, didn't get the low price, it's still a good price for you to enter. after the first TP. Of course, your stop loss will be slightly higher. All right, but it's up to you. I'm still holding on this counter. This is just a review trade for people who actually bought into it. All right, congrats to anyone that entered into Kango. All right, next we are looking at this market, which you might like to put into your watch list as well. I mentioned for this week. All right, so this is on China A50. For China A50, we know that right now all the focus is back to the US side. You can see that how well Dow Jones has been performing, how lousy China has been performing. All right, China A50 for the past week, it has been dropping because I think there's some restructure in their policy or what. Paying close attention. So right now my monetary price is at this level. So maybe I just want to put the date. Sorry, I just wanted to put the date on 14 March 2021. This is what I'm looking at, monitor price. So I'm not saying that it will come down. All right, I'm not saying that it will come down. Uh, I mean, on the coming weeks, I will say that. Why? Even though this is a weekly chart, we are looking at a bigger time frame. All right. This thing, right? Let me take a look. This is what I previously keep sharing on China A50. Managed to hit the target of the bull flag, so let's remove it. No longer valid. I mean, no longer there. Is it finished? The game is already finished. Let's wait for the new game. I'm not saying that it will come down immediately because this is a weekly chart. Why I say that? If you are looking at the day chart, right, you can see that right now day chart is being supported by the 100-day moving average. Correct? It's being supported by the 100-day moving average. So we need to see what happened of the coming week. If you're able to go even higher, then it start within the range again. So then it start within the range. We need it to successfully break higher, then it will continue to go higher. But right now, if let's say it's all about how the fund rotate, right? Right now, everyone is focused on the US side, the DJI side, the stimulus 1.9 trillion just pumped into the market. I think there is still some leak over there. So for me, I will continue to monitor. I will continue to monitor on this counter instead. So I won't go in so quickly. I mean, it's okay to miss the boat, like I always say, right? It's okay. Always find the best trade. So I'm okay to wait for it to come down, all right, to the first support term resistor level, hopefully at 16,500. Otherwise, I'm looking at this corner. Then I'm looking for the buy again. All right. Uh, Definitely is between how China and US fight. So this point is just nice on the weekly 100-day moving average. So that, which is why I'm measuring on this area. Yes, you must be saying that there's 1,500 points away, but if you, I mean, I don't hold a crystal ball. This is my preference price, so I'm been looking at this area. Okay, so subjective to individual, you can put in your watch list if you're keen as well. All right. So next, I'm looking at, yes, next target hit dollar. All right, 92.50, just nice. It touched 92.50 on the day itself, and it came down. All right, so it came down, but it's above the 3 moving average at this point of time. So will there be another leg to go up? We must see how the market performs on the coming week. All right. So firstly, if you're able to go search even higher the candle on the last Friday closing is a good sign. All right, above this line, then we will see 92.50 again. We'll revisit once again. Okay, so this is how I'm look, but my trade is over. So right now I'm just continue monitor again. My trade is over. All right, 92.50 is over. Next, yes, I'm looking at US 10 U. All right. So mention again. Let's look at weekly chart. Then okay, on the weekly chart you can see. I mentioned if you break above 1.56, next target is 1.7. It's very close 1.7. This is U after all. So like I say, inflation will cause the you know, it will cause the fear of increasing the interest rate, higher interest rate. There will be better you out there, correct? So I mentioned, if I'm not wrong, if people who have been following me closely, I mentioned that there is chances for you to see whether it is spike higher than 1.56 or not, if it close above the previous close. So I think it's on a weekly chart if I'm not wrong. You can look at my video. Yeah, if you close above, right now it go even higher. All right, close on the dot on the last week candle. So I'm looking strongly at 1.74 10-year U rate. All right, so that is my view on it. Next, CCL mentioned again earlier. The pullback is actually for people to long lah, if you dare to take the risk. All right. So I'm looking at 29, but for CCL, it's slightly, as you as I keep saying, that market is recovering. It's always one step earlier, one step forward looking. So I'm looking at CCL. First is the 29. Uh, 29. If it close, then I will have revised my TP to 30 instead, not the 29, because it's very close. It's 29.70. I revised my TP to $30. All right, revised on 14 March. All right, $30, and then if let's say you go above, I'm looking at 32 followed by 35. All right, 32 followed by 35. 35 is the 61.8% Fibonacci level. All right, but ultimately is first we must see whether are it able to clear the first 100-day moving average. All right, but I'm quite optimistic on CCL Carnival. All right, next is this counter. This is for you to watch this as well. I shared this previously last time. I took my profit where it's at a high. It came down, badly performs, earnings not doing well, but I still kind of fall in love in this stocks. I think this is a, I mentioned previously, like if you have been following, you should know it's like 2 decade of company right now, just list recently. So I'm looking at this level, all right, 30, 31 to 33, this level. If you're able to come there, it's a good price to accumulate. If it fall below 30, then it will turn bearish. All right, the candle don't look well. All right, so right now it's being supported. This is like a double top supported at the neckline at this point of time. All right, if I'm able to get somewhere below some neckline before it bounce back, my profit and losses will be the risk reward will be even better. Correct? So this is in my watch list at this point of time. So next, lastly, I'm sharing on an OK Nokia. Okay, for Nokia is a risk counter. You guys what happened to it, to GameStop, everything, right? But ultimately, Nokia is doing something. I mean, if you have been looking at the news, there's a lot of collaboration with other company, and I think Nokia there's some leak as well. So I'm looking at it to go for $44.70. That is my first target I'm looking at. Of course, it's super high risk. If you do not wish to participate in the penny counter, please stay aside. Ultimately, this is just for education purpose. Uh, Remember, it's for education. I don't force you guys to go into it. All right. So click with your own responsibility. All right. I mean, click buy with your own responsibility. Lastly, another dangerous counter which I'm going to share is a Singapore counter. It's called Sembcorp Marine. Fundamentally not doing well, but I think there's some strength is coming up. So uh, there's some strength. I mean, right now correct is being supported by this downline. All right, so it's being supported. So if as long as it don't break below $1, I mean 14 cents, I'm still looking at it to recover to 20 cents. Sembcorp Marine, people who know Singapore company, people who know Singapore market will know Sembcorp Marine. All right, so this is my take for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If yes, please remember to share and like my video. Hopefully you guys gain something. Otherwise, also follow my Telegram group. Remember, I will share more at there as well. All right, that's all for this week. See you guys again. Bye bye.